Hello everybody and welcome back to another Minecraft building video. My name is biglyShronk and today we are doing a build that's been requested by our boy _Bales, and that is a floating island house. It's been quite a minute since I've built a floating island house, but we're just going to start off a bit slow and see where we go. Now I think I want it to go about this tall. You know, I don't want it to be crazy tall, but I don't want it to also be too close to the ground either, and I think this might be a good sort of way to go. That is pretty tall. Now it is just one block, so we'll see where this takes us in the end. But first I think I'm gonna see how the scale will be, and I think if we make it about that tall, with that being our down center point there, and then our grass we can just start placing a little bit. I'm not gonna like count how many sides there are to each, but yeah, and then we're just kind of gonna try to connect all of that. So I think if I were to do something like this, okay, not bad, not too bad. Again, I'm trying something with the organics. Boom. Okay. And if we take it just a little bit, you know, I do intend on changing this quite a bit. I don't know if... I don't know how this will turn out in the end, but we do have a very different shape. It might need to be a bit bigger, especially because if this is going to be our bottom point. Yeah, let's make this a bit bigger here. If we take that and ba-boom. Okay. Ba-boom. Let's do 3 blocks, actually. Yeah, let's do 3. And then we try to link them all up like so. There, okay. And then we got bob. All right. I'm already liking what I'm seeing. I'm gonna try to go more actually square for this one here. I think a more circular pattern might work better. Maybe added one more, boom. All right, I think that's perfect. I think that is a very nice... I think it's a very nice shape. Now we're just going to fill all of this in. Again, I know it's just very flat right now, but I do intend on... Oh, jeez. I do intend on texturing this some more, making it look all pretty with some of the moss and some of the concrete powder. Not any of the concrete itself, but we'll see. Again, we'll see where this takes us here. And I think I fixed the music, because last video we did on this, the music kind of played and it wouldn't play for quite a while because the settings I had were wrong. Thankfully, now Minecraft does have the setting of changing like the music to see how frequently it plays. So the next song should be playing here pretty soon now that that song is over. It should be. Because in settings, music and sound, it says music frequency frequent. So hopefully that works, because there was a lot of dead sound in the last video because there was no music to really fill in that empty void sound. I could really quickly change it to consistent. That might be better. Oh yeah. Just have nothing, just have something playing. All right, there's our shape that we have. It is pretty natural. I do like how unnatural, or sorry, I like how asymmetrical it is. I think I might try to like round it off a bit more by putting this in there. I think to give it more of like a identity there. All right, now here's where the hard part comes in. Trying to get this to look decent, especially because it's very wide. So if I tried to maybe do something like this, right? Where it kind of goes out like that, I wonder. And if I did that again, going out and then starting to go towards the center, like that. I'm thinking that might be it. Not exactly where I wanted it to be, but we're good there. This might have to get changed just a little bit. I think I'm gonna try to take it down just a wee bit, like that. There we go. Never mind. That might have to do. That overall shape isn't too bad. I think I'm gonna have to bring this down just a little bit more, if necessary. But maybe if I just think about it a little bit more. Like, that's not bad. I don't think that's too bad. It definitely is a change from where the actual part is. Like, the center is not very centered, as you can see. It's kind of, well, it is actually. It's kind of like it's in the middle of this, while also being kind of in the middle of that. Kind of. But I think if we kept that there, it would look good. Now it's just a matter of kind of trying to bring these together. And even if that means like sloppily kind of throwing something around like this, it ain't too bad. Oh, we forgot a block right there. That'll look good. Maybe up like that. Yeah. Perfect. We did one of these. Okay. Once again, gonna place some stuff at random here. Kind of see what I'm working with. Okay, I do like the way how this is kind of, it's really filling in nicely, which I'm a big fan of. That. Then coming over, I do like, I'm gonna add some more. A lot of this isn't really even matching. Boom, like that. Look at that. We add some more, and more comes to us. Okay. And then we can do up. It is getting to be a bit too easy to decipher now, so I think that's good. And if we do one of these, yeah, there we go. Same thing. Boom, 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 boom. As long as it curves up at us, I think that, yeah, okay. We can add a bit more there. You know. Like that. Because right now this is looking too, like, square. If we added some more depth to it, some more blockage. I think that is starting to look very, very good. Oh. Look at that, a bit too square. Yeah, I agree. That's good. Again, we just add a little bit of something of our own. And that is looking pretty good. Again, I'm trying to like make it feel natural, and I think I might need to make this point come down a little bit more. It's something like that, right? And just again, just kind of filled things in. Ooh, that just gave me an idea. If I stopped and did like something like this, right? I think that'll make it so much better. Nice, nice, nice. We're gonna add a little bit of texturing up there. I think. We might be in a pretty decent spot. Now, if I were to take this now, boom, 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 and have it a little bit around the edges as well as the top and bottom. That doesn't look terrible. And we're just gonna try to figure out where we're at with that. Okay, it's looking a bit less structured, which is nice. I do love that. Come a little closer. There, we'll come in like that. We'll cut it in. Like that. Some more groupiness. Doesn't look bad. Does not look bad for it just being kind of thrown together like this. Now the question I have for a lot of you guys is definitely where to start with the house. Wow, like, I don't know what type of house I want to do. Do I want to do like a very basic traditional sort of house, or do I want to try to do something special with it? You know, it is a difficult choice. All right, how we looking? We just finished that. And not bad. Not too bad. I'm definitely gonna improve it greatly. I like adding these little bits here. These little droopy bits. I think that does help the build a lot, actually. Like, just something as simple as this. Yeah, as simple as that really does make or break a build. Even to like little ones like that, even if it was just simple. It makes it really seem like it was put down. Now here's my chance to kind of stretch it a bit. If we have some dirt here. Now the big question is, does dirt look better? Or does something else look better? I'm thinking more so along the lines of moss, perhaps? We'll definitely see what we can do. But I think if we just allowed ourselves to something like that, right? Just fill in some of the gaps. Maybe not that much. I think if we did that. All right. I think... You know what I'm thinking? Maybe the moss would be a better pick. Oh, dude. Moss is definitely better. Then maybe some dirt in between. Like maybe only where the grass is connected. Okay, I think that's some extra detail. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Maybe some dirt in there just to like give off that as well. But I think what's best is the moss kind of drooping down like this. Looking good. Looking all right. God, I'm trying to get better at texturing, like so. And that does greatly improve it. That is good. Okay, I think we have it. I do kind of want to add a few layers of the moss on the inside. You know? Kind of extend it out just a little bit. Not everywhere, though. Maybe just in like a few key places. I think this looks good. Maybe? Maybe just a few little, like, odds and ends and blips of the... Yeah. How does that look from afar? Ooh, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Okay. We get the... And I'm not going to texture the grass too much because I just know for a fact that, like, I want to build the house first and then go into that. But I'm not quite done with this either. I want to add some vines. And I want to add some other blocks as well. I'm thinking of some tough andesite and cobble. We'll get some mossy cobble in there as well because if we did something like this, right? Around the top. Or at least around some of these patches of moss. Right? I think that would make it look super, super nice. Super cozy. I'm liking the way this is turning out so far. And I do have a lot of fun just kind of sitting here and just building with you guys. Again, you can feel free to follow along, but I don't feel safe calling this a tutorial. I know in the last video I did, I was like, you can follow along if you want. And then later on, I was like, maybe not actually, because I changed things way too much. All right, let's trickle down a little bit. So, like, let's have the mossy cobble kind of slowly moving its way down, like so. Maybe add some more little patches. Like that. Maybe one more there. Okay, nice. Now we'll go in with the tough and all the extra stuff. That kind of rhymed a little bit. That's funny. And like I did say at the hot air balloon video, I do like to like texture in patches. I used to be the guy to like just place a bunch of random stuff. And I do still place at random, but instead of just like random blocks, it's more so random patches everywhere. And I fill in the other rest of it with those patches as well. I'm thinking... I don't want to do too much of the tough because it is significantly darker than the other materials that I'm using here today. There we go with some of the tough in there. All right, now we're going to switch over to some of the andesite. Kind of picking out some of these already existing blocks. Again, just creating little patches. I don't want to take away from... I don't want it to make it look too messy. I think little patches here and there are perfect. I'm kind of looped back around. Now come in the cobblestone just to keep it nice. And I will say, one thing I will do on purpose is keep the cobblestone close to the tuff relatively, you know, not necessarily encasing it and like not necessarily being like super smack dab in the middle. But if we have some cobble kind of close to the tuff, it makes it look like it's meant to be and it's supposed to be there. Part of the structure, I believe. Like, I think those two very similar blocks, as far as like similar texture-wise, very nice. See where we're at here. Not too bad. Not too terrible. We'll add a few more here. I think I'm going to get rid of that because that's certainly not supposed to be there. Do some of that. We're missing some in here. I am going to take out some of the andesite. Sorry. And I think that's good. Definitely liking what I'm seeing here. Now we're going to take it a step further, okay? I kind of want to add some walls to see where that takes us. And if this does work out pretty well, do a cobblestone wall. We'll do a cobblestone wall there. Another one there. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Gonna combine some of them too. Oh, that's beautiful. That looks nice. All right, last thing I'll do before moving on to the top of the island and the house is it wouldn't be a floating island if there weren't ores sticking out of the bottom of it. So I think we'll do some basic ores, maybe like a small patch of coal right here. Right? Some nice coal. Maybe going right over here will be some gold. Again, super subtle. Nothing too crazily noticeable. Lose some iron in the back, you know. I think that's good. And then right here will be a nice patch of diamond ore. A generous patch, I say. I think that looks good. We're going to add a bit more iron to the top here. Because again, what good is a floating island without these ores poking out? Should I do some green? I think I'm going to do some emerald ore as well. And maybe some redstone as well. We need all of it. I'll do one green right there. We'll do some redstone right here. I think that's good. That is pretty. That's nice. I do like that a lot. All right, now that we have the island done, we can move up top here and build ourselves a quaint little house. Now I'm thinking about using just a very basic, it's going to be very small too because I don't want to, you know, take away too much. But I'm thinking about making it a very, very basic, super basic house. But my plan, we take some of that and maybe even some dark oak, okay? Now stay with me. Because this plot is not big. So what I'm thinking... Boom. Thinking that might be good, but I will say I'm going to move it a couple of blocks over. Hit him with some of the spruce. Again, very basic house. Maybe I should make it a bit smaller. And by that, I think this is nice. We want to add some depth to it, you know? The nice depth goes a long way. I will say so. Alright. We have that. We're doing a good job placing the stuff here. Again, a very basic house, but I am going to try to make it detailed. If I take this now. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Okay. Oh, forgot something. There we go. Now on the inside here, I will do something like this. Just to cover it up and make it look like it's being built into the house. Oh, no. I need the dark oak. Yeah, just like that. That's perfect. And then, need another one. We'll do something like that. I'll do that one more time. One of my favorite types of roofs to build is this right here, because it looks so nice. Now that is what you call a roof. What a beautiful roof. I like the shape of it. I do very much. And the roof is, again, as simple as this. Oh, did I do something wrong? No, I did not. I did not do anything wrong. Wait. I did. I did do something wrong. Shoot! The story of my life. Am I right? This. This. Oh, geez, Louise. There we go. I think we fixed it. There we go. All better. All better. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Then I'm gonna put these back, so it'll be boom boom. Well, I'll tell you what I will do. I'll do that and that, because I also want to add some more tough. But these are going to be tough brick stairs. Ah. Add some extra detail. And let's see here. There we go. Now we would do it to the sides here. But I think instead I am just gonna do stripped oak. Just to give it that extra bit, and maybe even a regular oak trapdoor. Yeah, I am actually really liking that. White stained glass is clean. I love it. It gives it that illusion of like a fog, you know? Which I just love. I love that. Now, one thing though, I will swap this because, you see, I have plans for this corner here. You know, maybe I'll keep it just for the aesthetic. Just so the thumbnail looks good. But my plan... I'm going to do a little fireplace with a chimney right here. And that is done with bricks and granite. Maybe even some polished granite. But I will just do the base shape of it right now. Like, oops. Like so. Build it up, 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 up. Then, of course, get locked into a bing, bing, boom. Think that looks good? Oh, yeah. Or maybe I can take it down even more. Like this. Yeah, that works. Dude, that's perfect. Now I'm going to texture it with the additional blocks. Oh, not that one. Hit one right there. Hit one right there. And now I'm going to hit him with the polished right there. Right there, I mean. All right. And some more polished right there. And then maybe a polished right there. Okay. And we'll do a little fireplace. We'll add a fireplace a while. Boom. Just to shed some light. Now here's one of my favorite ways to either do a lot of these types of builds. I can either go with route A, and that is, of course, the campfire with the trapdoor. Very fun, very easy as well. And you can even see the smoke coming out. Or there's another way of doing it, which is just as good. And that is taking one of these slabs and a pot, a decorated pot, and kind of doing this. You can't really have the smoke effect, but it looks more like a chimney, you know? So I don't know. I think I'm gonna go for this build. This, because this way the smoke, you can see the smoke rising and it looks significantly better. I love the way that turns out. Let's add some pizzazz to it. Let's add some lanterns hanging from our top here. Each corner of the roof. Looking very nice. Very, very nice. Like the way this is looking. I do need a front door, though. I'm thinking of doing something not... I think... Ooh. I don't want to do a spruce door. I think I'm going to do a jungle door. I wonder... Ooh. Let me see about an oak door. I think I know what it's missing. I think it's definitely missing that, like, pizzazz that a front door needs. And then I can just... There we go. And now I can put the oak door right here. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Oh, oops. Oh, I forgot. I can change that now. Let's just change that to good old oak. Meshing a lot of these wood colors, which is fine. But I want to make sure I get like a good diverse span of colors. Let me slap a bed in here somewhere, I think right there. A crafting table right there, and a chest wherever the chest may be, right here. Now, no, you can't really see the inside of it, but knowing it's there is nice. Knowing it's there is nice. All right, but I'm not quite done yet. I want to add a pathway, and I think I'm going to do that by adding path blocks, which I can just use a shovel for that. I don't need to go crazy. Some mud, without a doubt. Some stripped oak. And what else is a good block? And coarse dirt. I think that is a good palette to have when it comes to a path. So if we do something like, I want to say something maybe like this leading to right this point here, right? Then we add the path, the mud. Oh, oops. I think the path is good. It's coming together quite nicely. And then we add the coarse dirt. Just to have it nice. And now the stripped oak. Kind of placing in there. Not too crazy, though. I think that's nice. I think that's a perfect amount. All right. Coming together quite nicely. I'm going to add some foliage. I'm going to bone meal most of it. And then I'll clean it up as we go, but because that's a lot. So we'll do that, and then I'll take out a lot of it. So I want to add some of the new bushes. I think these would look super nice. Kind of in patches around the bend like that. You know, kind of as if it's starting to overgrow around the house. I think that's going to make it look very nice. Just kind of more so around each corner. Because ain't nobody's going to be mowing inside this little bit here. All right. All right. All right. We are going to clear out a good bit here. Because I think I want to put a well right here. A nice well. We take the cobble. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to do a spruce log. I think a spruce log will do good. And a fence. I think a jungle fence would look good. Now, what type of roof? I think an oak roof will look best. Now, if I do something like this, right? I think this has potential, right? Don't worry, this isn't going in it like that. Trying to, oh, maybe do something like this. Okay, okay. Like that. And then, of course, we fill it in with the water. There we go. That's looking very lovely. I will say, this is coming out quite nicely. The last thing I want to build is a custom tree. Now, I really just tried to place tree in there. That's crazy. Thinking of something very basic. You know, nothing too crazy is what I'm trying to say. So if we did like a very basic sort of something like that, right? Where I did some of my fancy pants magic like that. And then I'm thinking if we grabbed some mangrove leaves and some regular oak leaves, they mesh together quite nicely. Right now I'm just kind of trying to form like a tree. Because again, this tree is very small. I wanted to convey that. Like, oh, it's just a little tree. I think I might have gotten it. Like, again, something super simple. I don't want anything too crazy. That's good. Just a small little baby tree. But I will say I will add a little bit more to it. Like that. There we go. It looks like a bonsai tree, almost. Maybe I'll have it hanging down a little bit. That. What do you guys think, huh? Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. I like that. All right. I will add some leaf litter to it. Forgot about these new blocks, but if we add some leaf litter just around. There we go. Maybe some leaf litter around the trail too. Even on some of the bits. I think that would look very nice. Oh yeah. I think that looks good. I think that looks quite swell. I'm liking what I'm liking what we did here. And I think we might be done. You know, I could go into detail and add some more stuff, maybe like a little pond here, but again, what's the point of the pond when I have a well? But then again, I could make it be like a waterfall. I don't know. I think honestly, genuinely, this is a nice build. I'm very proud of myself with this. Yeah, I think this is it. All right, we are finished. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you want me to build in the next video. I do tend to do these weekly because, I mean, it is nice just to relax and build. So without further ado, you guys have a great day and be safe out there.